from my 1970s era basement. It's Tuesday Live! Well, good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? I don't know what the weather's like where you are. And, let us know where you're from. I see a few folks have checked in already. We've got a big crew up in Fenelon Falls. Hope you had a beautiful day up there as well. I'm sure you did. Not too far away from here. And folks from Elmira, hi, Kathy. And Lee, hope everything's well with you, Lee, down in New York State. Nice to have you here as well. And Chris from, I think, a little farther west of here as well. And I'm sure had a beautiful day there as well. But let us know what the weather's like where you are and how you're where you're checking in from tonight. That'd be great to know as well. I have to be careful here because my mom, she's sort of my quality control on Tuesday Live. She said, "Rob, you're mumbling a bit too much, so try to enunciate more and talk a little slower." So I'm going to try to enunciate more and talk a little slower. So if I get sped up again, I'm sure the executive producer will let me know or somebody. But I'll try to keep it slow. But, we all get a little excited. I get excited every Tuesday night coming on the air here with everyone. Episode number 62. Isn't that exciting to be here for 62 weeks now? It's fantastic. And the fact that you're here is even better. I would have probably done this if it was just my mom watching. But I've having a bunch of other folks check in and folks like Hetty that we've met recently that have just sort of started watching the show. Appreciate that as well. So share it with your friends. Hit the little share button on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook, or hit the subscribe and the notification bell thing there on YouTube, and make sure you get notified when the show comes on. And let your friends know too. Let's make this a big gathering of folks while we can. That's the only way we can gather. But if we're having fun with it, I think that we might even keep this going post-pandemic, and let's hope we see the end of that pandemic soon as well. But anyways, welcome to the show. May is an exciting month here as well in the Witherspoon house because, as I think David Ward posted early on in the comments, it is, we call it birthday month here. We have 3 birthdays, 3 weeks in a row, exactly a week apart. So, and I'm the cake baker, so by the end of, by the middle of May, actually, I'm getting pretty good at baking cakes, and we've all enjoyed our fair share of cake, so we have to walk a little more and exercise a little more towards the end of May to wear off all that cake. But the way we've been doing it during the pandemic is because we can't obviously gather in big gatherings. We've been just sort of divvying up the cake. Whoever's birthday it is gets half the cake, and the other 2 folks whose birthday it isn't get the quarter of the cake. So we're on the final leg here now. We're working our way through the last bit of the 3rd cake. We had a double chocolate, a chocolate iced yellow cake, which was quite delightful, and the most recent one, my daughter Emily, who had her birthday on yesterday actually, always requests something a little different because we're always getting tired of chocolate cakes. The first 2 are more chocolate cake folks. So we have had a white chocolate mocha cake. It was pretty good, but I attempted my first attempt at a Swiss buttercream icing, which I don't know if you know what that is, but you heat up egg whites and sugar, and then you cook it a bit in a sort of a double boiler, and then you whip it up, and then you add a bunch of butter, a lot of butter, and it's supposed to make a nice light icing. It didn't quite turn out quite as light as I'd anticipated, but sugar, butter, and a little bit of coffee flavoring. It's going to taste good regardless of what you do with it. So it was quite enjoyable. So we had a great birthday month, and I know today's my nephew Ben's birthday. I don't know if Ben's watching down in Ottawa, but happy birthday, Ben. And then tomorrow's another birthday in our family. We have my younger brother has triplets, and teenage triplets, and it's their birthday tomorrow. It's a big birthday party there tomorrow. And then my niece Anna also has a birthday later on as well. And Hope I'm not missing anybody else in there. I'm sure they'll let me know if I have, because I think I missed Anna last year, but I'm sorry about that, Anna. I'm still apologizing for it. But anyways, thanks everybody tuning in here tonight. It certainly is getting warm. I don't know what the weather is like where exactly you are checking in from, but it's supposed to get up in the high 20s, which for our American friends is, I don't know, what's that, 80 or something Fahrenheit. It's certainly getting very, very warm here, which we always seem to jump from kind of the nice cool weather of spring into the heat of summer, and not a whole lot of space in between. But we had a pretty good, cooler run, I guess. We had that bit of warm weather early on, and then had a nice sort of cool period, which we could enjoy the bulbs. We have a fantastic crabapple tree blooming in front of our house right now. It's quite spectacular. And, send in your photos of your gardens and stuff. I'd love to put those on. We'll throw those on as like transitions between performers on the show. So if you have any pictures, just send them to me on Facebook Messenger or through the website. There's a contact form there, or just robspoon@robspoon.com is my email. Send it in. I'd love to share some of what you're seeing, the beauty of nature and spring that you're seeing this time of year as well. So let me know about that. I did want to let you know, we've been discussing it in the Tuesday Live Creative Meeting about having a Tragically Hip Tribute. For those of you who don't know the Tragically Hip, very classic Canadian band, sadly lost their lead singer, Gord Downey, I guess a couple years ago now, 3 years? I'm not sure the exact time. But anyways, so they've kind of disbanded, so to speak, and but a bunch of fantastic songs. We're going to do a whole show of hip songs. So if you have a favorite hip song, let us know in the comments or send us a message, and we'll get those out to. And if you have a specific performer you'd like to see, Sandy McRae play this song, or Robbie O'Spoon play a specific Tragically Hip song, let us know, and we'll encourage them. We'll give them the opportunity, anyways, to play it. But we'd love to have. So if you have your favorite hip song, let us know. We'll make sure we get that on the show. Coming up probably in a couple weeks or so. We have to get a little organized with that. Some folks have to work on the tunes. I'd like to send a special thanks out to our show patrons. We have a number of them now who are helping us grow the show by providing a little bit of financial support, which allows us to promote the show a bit and broaden the exposure for the show and the performers on the show as well. And I should mention as well, speaking of promotion and exposure, there are a couple of Tuesday Live artists who are participating in the Cbc Searchlight Competition, which is, for those of you who are not familiar with it, it's run by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and it's to promote independent artists in Canada, and it's a bit of a competition. They have a sort of a fan vote, and you can vote every day. So you can vote one day and then come back the next day and vote again. And so I'm sure our Tuesday Live artists would appreciate your support. Nick Boardman, the young country fella, is competing, as is Paige Warner. And so you can go in, you can vote daily and vote often. So get in there and vote for those two. You can find them on their Facebook pages or through the links on tuesdaylive.ca on the featured artist pages. You can find that as well. So let them, give them a little love and help them with their career as well, because it's good exposure for them, that competition. So tonight, let's get to the show here. I'm yapping too much because I'm trying to talk slower. It's taking a little longer. But tonight on the show, we have a fantastic, a new discovery, a new Tuesday Live discovery. James Hempfling with Paul and Kristie Hurst. And you're going to really enjoy this collaboration as well. We have a return from last week, I'm not sure, it's really difficult to categorize the music, but kind of spoken word, experimental jazz stylings of Dark Orchard, another fantastic sort of spring-like video that they produced. We're looking forward to seeing that as well. Tuesday Live favorite Sandy McRae's back with a couple songs tonight. And as well, someone we haven't heard from for a bit, but great to have them back on the show, is MacTalla Road, a sort of a Gaelic band, it's a Celtic band, I guess, duo, and they've got a great tune to share with as well. Probably the preeminent Neil Young tribute artist of our generation, Neil Olds, on the show tonight as well. We have Robbie O'Spoon, that Irish fella living down in Dublin, Ontario, is here, and of course cousin Willy Witherspoon's here as well. And another set of Stan McRae's amazing nature images as well. So I know everybody's looking forward to that. So without further ado, let's move into the show, and we'll head over to the Beatles tribute room and see what Willy's cooking up for us today. Hey, Willy! Hey y'all, Willy here again. Good to see you. Hope everybody's had a good week. Boy, it's getting hot around here. It's almost like back home in North South Carolina. It makes me a little homesick for home, you know. Back home in the old trailer and, get the air conditioner running there. It's getting a little warm out in the shed, let me tell you. Trying to get the shed tidied up a bit so we can have my part of the show back out in the shed, because I kind of like playing out in the shed. It's kind of good acoustics out there in the shed. And kind of, keep an eye on the garden, keep the rabbits out of the garden too, which always a problem out there, those dang rabbits. Getting into the garden already, chasing them already all around the garden. It's I'd catch one of them. They're pretty good eating actually, but I know that some vegetarian folks on the show might not like that. But let me tell you, got to do what you got to do, I guess. But anyways, I'm thinking of back home, and I was thinking not any really good songs about North South Carolina that I can think of. If anyone knows anyone's, let us know. But I got this other song from down that way. Anyways, gets me thinking of the South and all the good things about the South. The barbecue and everything else down there. But anyways, this song called Georgia on My Mind. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Yeah, it sure does. Georgia, Georgia, the song of comes sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace do I find, just a sweet, sweet song of Georgia on my mind. Out for me, other eyes smile tenderly. Still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace do I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes sweet and clear as moonlight through the pine. Other arms reach out for me, other eyes smile tenderly. Oh, in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace do I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Nice work there, Willie, with Georgia. I think we may have started billing Willie as Whistling Willy Witherspoon. I think that has a good ring to it. Quite the whistler there. Nice work. Sing along this one. Mama, take this badge away from me. I don't need it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Mama, take these guns, bury them in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. Feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Come on, sing along. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Mama, take this COVID and vaccinate it away. We can't take it anymore. We miss all our friends and our family. Yes, we do. Feel we're knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Feel that word? Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Verse on that one. I think it's kind of one of those songs you can write a verse, whatever's relevant at the time, right? Probably could throw about a dozen more verses on that if we really wanted to get into it. But it's good to see everybody out there. Stan, I see Stan's there. Karen and Chris checked in. I saw Peter popping in a little earlier on, and Nelson from down Eastern Ontario. Good to see y'all. Good to see everybody here tonight. Let's head it down. Speaking of east, let's go farther east to our good friend Sandy Mackay. I'm not sure if he's out in the water today or what he's up to, but let's check in with Sandy.
Oops. We okay? Yeah, I think we're okay. Howdy, folks. It's different instrument week for me. It's a Randy Newman tune. Turpentine, dandelion wine. I've turned the corner, I'm doing fine. Shooting at the birds on the telephone line, picking them off with this gun of mine. Got a fire in the belly and a fire in my head. I'm going higher and higher till I'm dead. Sister Sue was short and stout, and she never grew up, she grew out. Papa says he's pretty, but he just keeps lying. Mama says she's fine, but she's almost blind, and she don't let out when they said goodnight. But I don't care, I'm alright. And the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home, and the young folks roll round the floor. And the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. Keep them hard times away from my door. Brother Gene was big and mean, he didn't have much to say. Had a little woman that he loved each day, but now she's gone away. We got drunk last night and chased Mama down the stairs, but I don't care, I'm alright. And the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home, and the young folks roll around the floor. And the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. Keep them hard times away from my door. Keep them hard times away from my door. Keep them hard times away from my door.
That fantastic work there, Sandy. That's there's only a couple people I know that I've heard that can play a song on accompanied just by a mandolin. Well, maybe I guess I better add Willy Witherspoon to that list. He can do it sometimes when he's inspired. But Steve Earle, maybe Willy Witherspoon, and Sandy McRae can really make, as Kathy pointed out, really make the mandolin giggle, make it sing. Fantastic work. And that Grandpa Chris, I know, see you checking in from Fenland Falls. Good to see you. And that is, in fact, an 8-string instrument, but all of this, there's 4 strings tuned, same tuning as a violin, and each of the, and tuned in pairs, so they're kind of, that's where you get that great sound of mandolin. I love the sound of the mandolin. I wish my fingers were a little thinner, I could play it a little better, but I do enjoy a little bit of mandolin playing, and I know Willie enjoys it as well. But anyways, let's head it a little closer east here to our good friend and down in eastern Ontario in the small village of Long Sault, Stan McRae, and see what pictures Stan's captured for us this week. Stan. Fantastic work there, Stan. I see Karen picked up that bridge coming up the St. Lawrence River. Headed for Toronto, I guess. I'm not sure exactly where that's going in Toronto, but lovely looking bridge. Kind of cool to see that going up the river. I thought this would be a good song to follow up Stan's fantastic pictures. Thanks again, Stan. When I think back on all the crap I learned in high school, it's a wonder I can't think at all. And though my lack of education hasn't hurt me now, I can read the writing on the wall. Kodachrome, you give us those nice bright colors, give us the greens of summer, makes you think all the world's a sunny day. Oh yeah, I got a Nikon camera, love to take a photograph, so mama don't take my Kodachrome away. If you took all the girls I knew when I was single and brought them all together for one night, no, I never match my sweet imagination, and everything looks worse in black and white. Kodachrome, you give us those nice bright colors, give us the greens of summer, makes you think all the world's a sunny day. Oh yeah, I got a Nikon camera, love to take a photograph, so mama don't take my Kodachrome away. Mama don't take my Kodachrome away. Oh, mama don't take my Kodachrome away. Oh, mama don't take my Kodachrome away. Oh, mama don't take my Kodachrome, mama don't take my Kodachrome, mama don't take my Kodachrome away. Hey, hey, mama don't take my Kodachrome, leave your boy so far from home. Mama don't take my Kodachrome away. Hey, mama don't take my Kodachrome. Ooh, ooh. Mama don't take my Kodachrome away. Hey, mama don't take my Kodachrome, mama don't take my Kodachrome, mama don't take my Kodachrome away. Hey, hey. I guess mama took the Kodachrome away, didn't she? Haven't seen Kodachrome film for a long time. We're all digital now. Anyways, let's head it down to where are we going? We're going to Dublin, Ontario, to see that Irish fella, Robbie O'Spoon. Well, hello. Ooh. Well, hello, everybody out there in internet land. It's Robbie O'Spoon here in Dublin, Ontario, just having a grand old time, just swilling the pigs and, well, hilling the potatoes. Well, not hilling the potatoes. I planted them, but I won't be hilling them quite yet. They're not quite up. But, boy, what's with the weather here? It's cold and kind of really cold, and then it gets really hot. I don't understand. You know, we have the weather back home. It sort of stays fairly constant, but here it goes, you know, it's cold, and then next thing you know, it's going up into the high 20s. It's almost like being down in the Caribbean or something. I don't know. I find it a little hard to take myself, but the pigs don't like it neither, but I don't know. It's good for the potatoes, though. The potatoes like the heat, so looking forward to that. But anyways, had somebody ask me, said, do you know any of that YouTube band from Ireland? And I said, well, I don't think I've ever heard of a band called YouTube from Ireland, but I went and looked and I said, well, get the name of a song for me. And they said, well, how about that song, I still haven't found what I'm looking for? And I said, well, that'd be a good song for me, because I certainly still haven't found what I'm looking for. So I found the words for it, but it's by a band, I guess, called YouTube. I don't know much about them, but I'm going to give it a go. I did my own little version here. I hope you like it. I have climbed highest mountains, I have run through the fields, oh, only to be with you. Yeah, only to be with you. I have run, I have crawled, I have scaled these city walls, oh, these city walls, oh, only to be with you. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for, that's for sure. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I have kissed honey lips, felt the healing in her fingertips. It burned like fire, this burning desire. I have spoke with the tongue of angels. I have held the hand of a devil. It was warm in the night, and I was cold as a stone. Oh, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I believe in kingdom come, then all the colors will bleed into one, will bleed into one. But yes, I'm still running. You broke the bonds, you loosed the chain, you carry the cross of my shame, of my shame. You know I believed it, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Oh, isn't that the truth? Well, thank you for that, Robbie. That was a lovely version of the song by U2, actually, not YouTube. But I don't think there's a band called YouTube anyways, but I think Bono would appreciate that version of that song. Quite different from any I've ever heard before. Very moving rendition of Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. We introduced this group to the show last week, and fantastic project, kind of a jazz, experimental jazz, spoken word project led by percussionist Jim Casson, and the collective is called Dark Orchard. And this particular video they put together is very spring-like, and it's I think maybe that's where they got their name from. And it's takes place in Orchard, but it's a fantastic little piece. So let's check it out.
How he got into my pajamas, I'll never know. I thought you said goat. $20, same as in town. Sure, let me hold your monkey. I saw the last guy coming back with watermelons. Because it was stapled to the chicken. Why the long face? Those are not pillows. Wrecked him, damn near killed him. Put the frosted flakes back in the box. Talking to the duck. Aunt, that's it. Got an eraser? I told her that first class doesn't go to Los Angeles. So the doctor says, there's my thermometer. Now where did my pen go? There's whiteout on the screen. You're not here for the hunting, are you? Because on Friday, it's your turn in the barrel. I don't remember him wearing that snowmobile suit either. Thank goodness, I was getting tired of the Chardonnay. You idiot! Those nails are for the other side of the house. So he tied her up and went golfing. The side of the box said 2 to 4 years, but we put it together in 51 days. No, Silver, I said posse. She gets up and goes home. Sure they do, said the lifeguard, but not from the diving board. You shut up. I'm talking to the little man on your knee. Drums stop. Now comes the bass solo.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you, Jim, and everyone else involved in Dark Orchard. That was such a great little piece there. A little outside the usual Tuesday Live fare, but I don't know. We push the edges as far as we can, and then push them a little more. And I've been sort of digging deep in the vault of songs I've always wanted to play. And you're certainly welcome to throw some requests in there at any point in time. We'll try to work them into the list. We've got a few backed up on the list, but we're still working on. But if you have a song you'd like to hear somebody on Tuesday Live try, throw it in the comments or send us an email or just reply to the notification email if you're signed up at tuesdaylive.ca to receive our notification email. But here's a classic sort of 70s song, done a little different than you'd hear it in the big show. Wonder how you're feeling. There's a ringing in my ears. No one to relate to except the sea. Who can I believe in? I'm kneeling on the floor. There has to to be a force. Who do I fold? The stars are out and shining, but all I really wanna know, oh, won't you show me the way every day? I want you to show me the way. I can't see no reason you're living on your nerves. Someone drops a cup and I submerge. I'm swimming in a circle, feel I'm going down. There has to be a fool to play my part. Someone thought of healing, but all I really want to know, oh, won't you show me the way every day? I want you to show me the way. Oh, I want you day after day. This is happening to me. Watch you when you're sleeping, and then I want to take your love. Oh, won't you show me the way every day? I want you to show me the way one more time. I want you day after day. I want you day after day. Little Peter Frampton without the talky guitar thing. But anyways, hope you enjoyed that. Let's head over to the Beatles tribute room and see. Speaking of the preeminent Neil Young tribute artist of our generation, Neil Old is there. I don't know if Lazy Horse is here tonight or not.
Well, I'm glad to be here again, but looks like Lazy Horse isn't showing up this week either, so probably out chasing some filly or sleeping underneath a shady tree somewhere, because, well, that's kind of what Lazy Horse does. But anyways, there'll come a time, let me tell you. There'll come a time when I'll find somebody else to replace Lazy Horse, but right now, he's all I got as far as a band goes. So. Comes a time when you're drifting, comes a time when you settle down, comes a light, feelings lifting, lift that baby right up off the ground. Oh, this old world keeps spinning round. It's a wonder tall trees ain't laying down. There comes a time you and I, we were captured. We took our souls wings and we flew away. We were right, we were given. That's how we kept what we gave away. Oh, this old world keeps spinning round. It's a wonder tall trees ain't laying down. There comes a time. This old world keeps spinning round. It's a wonder tall trees ain't laying down. There comes a time. There comes a time. There comes a time. Comes a time. Oh, this old world keeps spinning round. It's a wonder tall trees ain't laying down. There comes a time. Comes a time. There comes a time. There comes a time.
Nice work there, Neil. It's clear to see why they call Neil old, the Neil Young tribute artist of our generation. Fantastic work there, Neil. Hopefully Lazy Horse will show up one of these days and we'll get a little bit of Lazy Horse in there, because I know when Lazy Horse shows up it gets a little bit more rock. It's a little bit more rock and roll-y. Some of the rock and roll, Neil, which we'd love to see as well. I just want to say hi to Ron out there and Corey checking in. I saw Sandy checked in as well. Good to see you all here tonight, and thanks for coming out. And David, thanks for the kind words about the show. Certainly appreciate your kind commentary through the show as well. And Chris and everybody else as well. We're going to head it over to Guelph and area to see that super folk duo who've been on the show before, but not recently. I think last time we had them on was, I think Bob McLean was on for our Robbie Burns show. And Bob and Carol Pines, who make up the super folk duo, MacTalla Road, were on, I think at Christmas was the last time they're on here. But here, I'm going to pass it over to Bob and let him introduce MacTalla Road.
Hey folks, it's Bob McLean here. It's a pleasure to be here as part of Rob Witherspoon's Tuesday night series. I've been on a couple of times before, and my hat goes off to Rob for his stick-to-itiveness with this, and obviously he's having some fun with this, as you can see. That's why you're sticking around. It's an hour and a bit of entertainment, so it's kind of fun. Anyway, so he's asked me to put something together this week, which I'm pleased to do. So it's actually not me playing today. It's going to be my duo, MacTalla Road, which is Carol Pines and myself. Carol lives up in Alma, and I'm in Guelph, so we put this song called The Parting Glass together. And we used our pandemic best social distancing skills, using electronic media, sharing files back and forth and finally putting something together that seemed to work pretty well. So regarding the parting glass, just want to say it was originally a Scottish song, but now the Irish have taken it over. It seems as though the Scots, when Robbie Burns came along and wrote Auld Lang Syne, it seems they moved on from using the parting glass as their parting song and using Auld Lang Syne. But the Irish have not stopped, so it's... I came across a version of The Parting Glass by a fellow by the name of Freddie White. Look him up sometime when you have time. Just on YouTube, and he floored me because everybody else does this slower version of Parting Glass, which is fine, but he does a medium tempo thing that was kind of fun. So that inspired me to come up with something, and before you know it, I roped Carol in, and so we had it as a MacTalla Road duo song called The Parting Glass, which you're going to hear right now. Thanks for tuning in, and Slanchava. Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass, good night, and joy be to you all. Of all the friends that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they'd wished me one more day to stay. But since it fell unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I gently rise, I softly call, good night and joy be to you all. If I had money enough to spend, and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town who sorely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks, her ruby lips, I own she has my heart enthralled. So fill to me the parting glass, good night and joy be to you all. So fill to me the parting glass, and drink a health whate'er befalls, and gently rise, softly call, good night and joy be to you all.
Fantastic version of that song, Bob and Carol. Really appreciate you sharing that with us. And Bob, the kind words at the start, appreciate those as well. And a little bit of story behind the song. I didn't realize that was a Scottish song. Long time Tuesday Live viewers may remember that song being played once before in the show when Robbie actually popped in. I think he was riding with a load of hogs heading to the market, livestock market here in Waterloo, and I think he dropped in on the way back and sang that song at the end of one of the early episodes of Tuesday Live, and I believe he also stole a glass of my red breast Irish whiskey while he was here as well. But he's happy to have it. He sang the parting glass for us. But thank you, Bob and Carol, for that. That was fantastic. And speaking of sort of Gaelic fellas, let's head it down farther east to Sandy Mackay and see what instrument he's pulled off the wall for us now.
Howdy friends and loved ones. How's everyone doing today? When I was 6 years old, I learned from this song that the worst thing to be in the world was a lonesome boy somewhere in the night. And I learned this from one of my dad's records, and I still hear this in my head just as clear as can be. Well, I got my mail late last night, found a letter from a girl, found the time to write to a lonesome boy somewhere in the night. She sent me a railroad ticket to take me to her loving arms. Now the big steel rail gonna carry me home to the one I love.
That was fantastic, Sandy. Thank you so much for that. Great little flail and banjo tune. Let's. I think Willie might have another song for us tonight. Let's see what Willie's got.
Hey y'all, Willie here again. Good to see ya. Everybody's enjoying the show. I know I am. I got a good song here. It's called Keep Me From Blowing Away. And it's kind of a good song because I don't want to be blown away, but it's been around for a while. I remember, it's been recorded by a lot of people. I think Linda Ronstadt probably did the most famous recording of it, but Willie Nelson's recorded it. Johnny Cash recorded it. A bunch of folk recorded it. I guess now Willy Witherspoon's recorded it too, so I'm going to give her a go. It's a great little song. It's a bit of a sad song, but, I like my sad songs. Like, we all like them, don't we? Spend my whole lifetime in a world where the sunshine made excuses for not hanging around. Squandered emotions on the slightest of notions. The first easy loving I found. Soon all the good times, the gay times and playtimes, like colors run together and fade. Lord, if you hear me, touch me and hold me, and keep me from blowing away. Times that I've trembled when my mind's remembered the days that just crumbled away, with nothing to show but these lines that I know, beginning to show in my face. So Lord, if you're listening, you know I'm no Christian, and I ain't got much coming to me. Won't you send down some sunshine, throw out a lifeline, and keep me from blowing away. Lord, if you hear me, won't you touch me, be near me, and keep me from blowing away.
Well, thank you so much for that lovely version of that song. Willie, I seem to recall Hoyt Axton doing a version of that song. I don't know if anyone remembers Hoyt Axton, but that's a great song and a nice version there by Willie. Those of you folks who know me, beyond my position here as the host of Tuesday Live, will know that I spent most of my career working in the turfgrass industry. I actually worked out of the University of Guelph in the turfgrass research department there at the Turfgrass Institute, and had a chance to meet a lot of turfgrass scientists from all over the world. And I came across this one guy, James Hempfling, which I knew was a turfgrass scientist based out of California by way of Oklahoma. I think he grew up in Oklahoma, and then he's working out in California. And I noticed through social media that he's a bit of a musician. And so I asked him to if he'd like to be on the show, and he said, yeah, he'd like to come on, and we have a little tune here that James has pulled together featuring Paul and Kristie Hurst, who are Paul works in the turf industry as well, and Paul and Kristie have a little duet called Midlife, and they're based out of Missouri. So we've got some folks from California, Missouri, put together a little pandemic tune here with James Hempfling, and here they are with an acoustic version of the Led Zeppelin song Going to California.
What is up?
I'm feeling good, but I'm also feeling road trip.
I love road trips.
I know, me too.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to California.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Spend my days with the womankind, smoke myself and drink all my wine. Made up my mind, gonna make it this time. Go to California with the aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with loving her eyes and flowers in her hair. Took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let it tell you they're all the same. Sea was red and the sky was gray. Wondered how tomorrow could ever follow today. Mountains in the canyon started to tremble and shake. Children of the sun began to wave.
Thank you so much, James Hempfling with Paul and Kristie Hurst from California, Missouri. Great to have a little bit of our American friends on the show. And if you know anyone who you think might like to play on the show, let them know, let me know. And we'd love to connect up and always get new folks on the show. I know everyone in the audience enjoys seeing some new faces. Not that we don't love regular performers as well. But thanks to James and Paul and Kristie for coming on the show tonight. Thanks to everyone who participated in tonight's show. Stan McRae for his always amazing photos. Robbie O'Spoon and Cousin Willie. The greatest Neil Young tribute artist of our generation, Neil Old. Fantastic new to Tuesday Live artist Dark Orchard. Sandy Mackay, MacTalla Road. And all of you out there as well for joining us and watching us tonight. And check out our featured artists on the tuesdaylive.ca website. You can find links there. There's a link called Featured Artists. And you can find links to all of your favorite Tuesday Live performers. There are YouTube pages or websites, whatever they may have, or if you want to follow up and hear more of their music and learn more about them. And you can help support performers on the show as well by becoming a Tuesday Live patron. For a small monthly contribution, you can help the independent artists who appear on the show and help us keep the show growing and help to keep the show going as well. And speaking of people who keep the show going, I have to give a shout out to my creative associate on the show. We have a creative meeting every Wednesday to go over the show and get ideas for the new show. And I really appreciate having Karen Cantello to bounce ideas off. And of course, she digs into her animation and art skills and throws a lot of value onto the show as well. I certainly appreciate everything Karen and the entire Tuesday Live animation department that she heads up do for the show. Executive producer Carol, always helping keeping this thing from going too far sideways every week. And thank you so much for watching tonight. Come join us at the Zoom party. We always have a little group there, but it'll be fun to have some more folks there as well. We always have a nice little chat about things that are going on the show and in the world in general. So pop into that if you get a chance. The link's always in the notification email. All you have to do is get on Zoom, and it's not that hard. My 91-year-old mom comes on almost every post show as well. So if you want to meet my mom, you can come to that. And anyways, thank you for being here tonight. Thanks everybody, appreciate it. Let your friends know. Let's keep this going as long as we can. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I hope you are too. I know the artists that participate have a lot of fun with the show as well. And it spreads a lot of love throughout the world, and that's what we need right now, just love. Everybody needs a place to go, and everybody needs some way to know that they're just loved. Why do we hurt the ones we love? Why don't we lift them up instead of putting them down and just love? Inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. We keep it covered up with a layer of clay. We gotta start washing it off someday with just love. Only be here for a very short time to lie in the sun and drink sweet wine and just here and then be gone. Instead of harsh words and singing sad songs, let's just love. Deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. We keep it covered up with a layer of clay. We gotta start washing it off someday with just gonna do, and if you join with me, well then we would make two. We need more giving, less taken away. If we start right now, we'll get there someday to just love. Find it in your heart if you look deep enough. You find the only thing that we really need now. It's just love. Hard to just love in a world full of hate. If we get started now, it won't be too late to just love. Deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. Keep it covered up with a layer of clay. We gotta start washing it off someday with just love. Just love. Just love. Just love. Just love. for watching. See you next week, folks. I'll find the right button.